Hey everyone, welcome back to No Textbook for Life. I'm your host, Malia Johnson. Around here, we talk about the real life lessons school forgot to teach us, the stories, struggles, and surprises that shape who we are. Every episode is a little different. Sometimes it's just me, sometimes I bring on guests, but it's always real, honest, and straight from the heart. So get comfy, take a breath, and let's get into today's episode, which is the finale of season 1. Yes, we have made it this far, and I am actually shocked. But I'm super proud of myself, and I just want to say that season 2 will be back in 2 weeks. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you subscribe to No Textbook for Life on Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and if you want the video version, go to Modern American Mama on YouTube. Okay, today we're wrapping up season 1, like I said. We're talking about something crucial: mental prep for birth. Birth is physical, yes, but it's just as much as a mental marathon. Anxiety, fear, and excitement all mixed together. And the way you prepare mentally can shape your experience, your confidence, and even the start of your bond with your baby. In the last couple episodes, we went over pregnancy emotions and understanding fear, anxiety, bonding. We also talked about birthing plans and mental prepping. So today I'll give you research-backed strategies, practical exercises, and real-life examples from my home birth and hospital birth experiences. So this is kind of like your birth mental prep toolkit. Here we want to understand birth anxiety and stress, because fear and anxiety during birth are normal. That's obvious, but they can affect your experience if left unchecked. The good news is awareness and prep can turn fear into focus. Around 20% of first-time moms experience high anxiety during pregnancy, peaking in the 3rd trimester. I'm pretty sure I shared this fact in 2 episodes ago. Stress hormones like cortisol affect energy, pain, perception, and sleep. So the less cortisol, the better. Studies show visualizing positive birth scenarios increases oxytocin and reduces perceived pain during labor. Visualizing, journaling, all those things can really help calm your nerves and spike those good hormones and hopefully bring down those not as great ones. Here's a practical tip. Number 1, write down your fears and label them. We talked about this before, but here's an example. Okay, I fear losing control during contractions. That can lead you to create a plan to manage it. So write down your fears and your worries. That way you can create a way to combat that and hopefully put your mind at ease, knowing that you have a plan for all those things. Don't get obsessed with it. However, in the end, you'll be all right. Here is how I focus on birth prep. My first birth, no focus at all. I was overwhelmed by fear and anxiety, unsure how to cope. However, second birth, I use visualization. I use breathing exercises. I felt calm and in control, even during the whole labor, transition, birth, and after. The only thing I was super anxious about was getting the stitches after I'd given birth. And the stitches actually did not end up happening because of how bad I was panicking. But there's a reason for that, and it goes back to a trauma that I have obviously not gotten over. So, it's all good though. My midwife, she was really pushing for the stitches, but she respected my decision and decided to try super glue. And you know what? It's fine. And it hasn't bothered me. So it's been 13 months and I think we're good. Visualization isn't just like woo woo, it's backed by science, da, 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 da. But it really is. It's also used by athletes and performers. So why not use it for birth too? Because it's probably way more taxing, and the most athletic we can be is giving birth, in my opinion. So how can you visualize? Set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily in a quiet spot. Close your eyes and imagine key moments. Okay, so arriving at your birth location, moving through contractions calmly, being supported by your partner, midwife, birth team, and then meeting your baby for the first time. Try to add sensory details, smells, sounds, textures, make it as real as possible. Visualization, it strengthens neural pathways in the brain, so your mind reacts as if you've already experienced the moment. Pretty cool. Also helps reduce pain perception and increases confidence, which is extremely important. During home birth, I visualize each stage of labor, walking, breathing, positions for comfort. So when contractions intensified, I could stay calm and focus, and I was really able to just think about my breathing and how to get through each contraction. So some tips is to pair visualization with breathing exercises or gentle music, or all three. Include your partner in rehearsal. Practice prompts like remind me to breathe or hold my hand, help me to focus. And we worked on this in birthing class. What your spouse can say, because there are certain stages during labor where it matters what they say, how they say it, and things like that. I don't remember exactly each phase, but I do remember that there's a part where your partner should just not talk at all, because the midwife has seen those partners get their heads ripped off when they said the wrong thing or spoke out of turn. It's yeah, you want to stay focused, and if they're blobbing over there and just anyways, that's I told my husband, like, do not tell me some annoying dad joke during labor or I will kick you out. And I remember I'm like, do not try to make it funny. Like, you will annoy me so bad that I will ask you to leave. And that's just me, because I know myself and I know my husband. And yeah, he didn't really say a word. And that's what I needed, was silence. You, for example, might want to laugh during it, and you might love your husband's jokes, or you might want your husband to say positive things to you and affirmations and da-da-da. I just wanted silence. So that's me personally. Postpartum wise, okay, birth ends, but the first hours and days of postpartum can be stressful. Mental prep isn't just for labor and birth. It helps you navigate the very beginning of parenthood. Early postpartum stress impacts mood and bonding. Oxytocin and dopamine, those spike from skin to skin, which help both baby and parent feel calm. Studies show having a clear support plan reduces anxiety, increases confidence in yourself and caring for your newborn. So here are some tips, okay? Support system prep. We kind of went over this a little bit, but I can't stress this enough. Your support system is so important. And hopefully you have that. Hopefully you have people around you who are supportive and loving and caring. And if not, I would personally pray and ask for specific people to come into your life that can be this village for you. Okay, so you want to decide who will be with you, what roles they'll play, and how they'll help you feel calm. For example, I had my mom, and they played the role of basically taking care of my 4-year-old while I was recovering. I had my husband, who was basically taking on the role of at home and overnight nurse. Um, and then I had my friends in the area who are amazing, and our community, they were basically in charge of bringing us food because we had meals for maybe 2 or 3 weeks every night. And so that was extremely awesome, helpful, and really allowed me to just spend as much time as I could with my family. Number 2 is micro bonding exercises. We talked about this as well. 2 to 3 minutes of skin to skin, talking or gentle rocking. Start small, bonding grows gradually. And for us, we listen to a lot of music with our babies. And so that was a way for us to bond with them. And I would love to just sit and hold them when I was either watching something or just hanging out. I just loved to hold them when they slept, and I feel like I rarely put my baby down. And that's because I felt safe enough in my environment and situation to be able to take that break with my baby, and that the house wasn't going to fall apart because I had my husband and my mom, my friends, community, in-laws helping out with all of that stuff. You want to mentally rehearse, visualize meeting your baby, breastfeeding, or simply holding them in your arms. This reduces panic and promotes presence. I used to do this a lot when I was coaching, was visualize how the game might go and kind of different scenarios. Home birth, for me, because I was mentally prepared for postpartum, even though I hemorrhaged just a little bit, I focused immediately on bonding, and that really wasn't even an issue. Contrast with my first birth without prep. I was anxious and disconnected for several hours, if not days, and those first 6 months were really lonely, difficult, and just trying to figure things out. Okay, here's some practical daily mental prep routines and tips. You don't need hours every day. Small, consistent practices make a big difference. Here's just maybe a suggested routine. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes of visualization plus breathing. 5 minutes of journaling fears and affirmation. 5 minutes of movement and stretching. And a quick daily check-in with your partner. Share feelings and intentions because your partner is also learning how to be a first-time parent or a second-time parent, third-time parent along with you. And although they're not having to heal physically and emotionally, mentally like us, they're still going through their own stuff. So make sure you check in with each other. I feel like after we have our babies, we lose a lot of that connection with our partner. At least I know that I did with mine, and we have really been struggling. Like we struggled after each baby to kind of rekindle. It's been 13 months, and I feel like we're finally just doing that. So make sure you check in with each other. I also started a gratitude journal where I would just write 5 things I was grateful for every day. And that helped me to also pull myself out of that postpartum funk of like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm actually doing better than what my brain might be telling me and what my situation might be like. Because like I said, like postpartum can get lonely. But, I had a lot of help journaling and just realizing the blessings I've had each day. Okay, so pick one today, just one of those things, and do it. Journaling, visualization, or even stretching. It's the small steps that build confidence and calm. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can do to mentally prepare. And birth is as physical and mentally taxing as it gets. But it's a pretty neat journey. Preparing your mind doesn't remove uncertainty, but it gives you tools to navigate. Okay, it navigates fear, helps you stay calm, and start your bonding with confidence. So remember that small, consistent steps, visualization, journaling, support system prep, compound into a stronger, more empowered birth experience. And from experience, I can definitely agree on all these things. And I suggest that you really explore those ideas of preparation. For me, I did less visualization in my mind, but I rather draw things out. So I would draw out what I was kind of expecting at my birth. I didn't prep as much for the postpartum situation until I was kind of in a postpartum depression around 5 months. And that's when I started getting back into breathing, journaling, visualizing. But at that point, it had gotten pretty bad. So I would recommend doing those things early on. Keep a routine. For me, it was extremely important that even though I was just had a baby, I was just staying at home. I had every right to just sit in my PJs all day, but I made myself take a shower, brush my teeth, do my skincare every single day, just to help me stay in a routine and stay feeling normal. That's what I was used to. That's what I wanted to keep doing. Also, I love a shower in the morning. It makes me feel refreshed for the day. So find daily rituals that you can continue doing after you have your baby to help you feel like a normal human being. One other thing I started doing was a morning drink ritual, and I would throw in some collagen in there, and other little supplements to help. But I also made sure that it tasted good, so it was something that I could look forward to every single morning after my shower or before. Because postpartum, it was really hard for me, but having the little daily rituals give me something to look forward to every day really helped. Although I loved my baby, loved being with my family, it's hard not being able to do things that I was so used to doing. For example, working out, playing basketball, being able to just sit and craft. It's hard to do with a baby and a toddler. And even when it came to household chores and cooking and cleaning and da-da-da, those things do become harder when you're healing and your hormones are crazy and your baby needs you and your toddler needs you and your husband needs you and da-da-da. So just really hold on to those rituals that make you feel normal, and it will help a lot. Anyways, that's my little bit of advice there. It's up to you to figure out what works for you. But you've survived another episode of No Textbook for Life. That wraps up season 1. Next season, we'll explore new themes, personal stories, and research-backed strategies to navigate life without a manual. Can't wait to share it with you. And if you have experience or story that you want to share, reach out to me and you could be on an episode of No Textbook for Life. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you come back in 2 weeks. There will be a season 2 trailer next week. But I hope to see you again. And if you want to watch the video version, go to Modern American Mama on YouTube. Thanks.